Welcome to this new video. I would consider this probably like a filler episode in my gardening channel, but I still wanted to share the footage that I took with you all, so bear with me. It might not be the most interesting, but it's still part of the gardening journey. Not everything has to be super exciting or fun or whatever, but I just wanted to share this. This is incredible. The sheer number of caterpillars on this nasturtium is absolutely mind-boggling. Before I left home for a couple of days over the weekend, there were lots and lots of eggs. Some of them had hatched into teeny tiny caterpillars, and now all the eggs have hatched. The nasturtium has just been decimated, and there's just so many caterpillars. There's actually so many. I can hear them chewing. There's that many of them, and they're all eating. I can hear them munching. This is why you plant nasturtiums next to crops that white cabbage white butterflies like, because they'll eat your nasturtium and not your food. So good to know that it works. But I have never seen this many caterpillars in one place in my life before. I'm actually a bit gobsmacked at how many there are. So this is what happens after about 2 weeks of caterpillars eating nasturtium plants. The whole thing has been decimated. There isn't a single leaf in sight. All the caterpillars have moved on. I don't know where they went, how they got there, but they had nothing left to eat. So this whole plant just needed to go. It was looking really messy, and that's basically what I then spent the afternoon doing, just cutting it back, getting rid of all of the spent stems, and just tidying it up. Mum absolutely hates nasturtiums, and this honestly grew a lot more than I ever expected it to. I never thought it would be this much, so sorry Mum. I won't put another nasturtium in the garden, I promise, unless it's something that fits the colour scheme. It certainly won't be another orange/red/yellow nasturtium. Please forgive me. It is really hard to believe that that was all one single plant. This is the root. That's where it all came from. All of that plant from one seed. Oh my goodness me. It's quite mind-blowing actually how much there was. So the fact that we don't want any more nasturtiums in the garden makes this job really overwhelming. I had to get rid of all of these seeds. I was not looking forward to it. There was a lot of seeds, despite the fact that the caterpillars ate so many of the flowers. I actually ended up with heaps of seeds, and I had to pick each one up by hand, finding them all and hoping for the best that I managed to get every single one. The chances of a few escaping and having already started to germinate is very high, but I did my best, and I guess Any I missed that start sprouting, I can just pluck out once I see them, and hopefully I'll get it all under control and it'll be fine. I kept finding some straggler caterpillars, so I helped them out by giving them some food with another nasturtium leaf, and I moved them out of the way. So hopefully they stood a chance, and maybe they were able to turn into butterflies.
Here is an update on the pepper. I have one pepper, it is ripening, it is looking good, and loads of other little flowers have finally opened up and been pollinated, but I don't think they're going to turn into anything. It's too late in the season. Next to the pepper, in the raised bed, we are planting our garlics. So this was where the beans and tomatoes were, and we've taken all of those out now. We had so many tomatoes, way too much tomatoes, but now we're doing the garlics, which are going to overwinter, and they take quite a long time to grow, but here they are going in on the 4th of October. So these are the pink Germador variety, and I also had a couple of cloves of a garlic which I bought from the Garlic Farm, which is a farm in Isle of Wight. I can't remember the exact variety, but I think it is something like purple white. White spelt as in the Isle of Wight, but I forgot the name, so I've just called it Isle of Wight garlic. And maybe when I harvest it, it will look like something specific and I can match it to what's on their website potentially, but they were so tasty, so I'm really excited. Finally, it is time to harvest my sunflowers. They have performed so nicely, in spite of the challenges I faced at the beginning where they were getting eaten by slugs, but they were so pretty. I haven't got much footage of them, but I got lots of photos, and I'm really happy with how they turned out, and I'm glad I had as many as I did. The ginger nuts were so good. I love these pom-pom heads. I unfortunately didn't get any seeds from these, but I think I still have some left from when I sowed them. So I've been sowing these sunflowers for a number of years now, and each year I select the best ones with specific traits. So I've got ones that are really yellow, ones that have got multiple heads on, and ones that are really tall, in the hopes that I can create the perfect sunflower, which to me is tall, bright yellow, and with multiple heads on it. So that's what I've done. I've selected the ones which fit those descriptions, put a label on them, and then cut them off, putting them into a basket so that they are nice and safe and I don't get them confused later on. At this point, the ginger nuts weren't ready to go to seed, but I just labelled it up, ready for when I was ready to cut them up, but unfortunately they all rotted. And these are just some other dead heads which I cut, and later you will see they are going to go for the birds to enjoy the seeds. The sunflower heads, of which I'm going to keep the seeds, I hung up in the shed alongside the beans, and the ones which I just cut off, I've put some twine around them, and I've just selected a bunch of different places to hang in the garden where birds can reach them and enjoy the seeds. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoy the rest of this footage of me just popping up the seed heads, and I will see you in the next video, which will be the long-awaited harvesting of my pepper.